Over the past several days, the world has witnessed something powerful. Cassie, a woman known for her music and public relationship with Diddy, finally stood up and spoke her truth.
So I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband, and I watched him as he sort of glared at Sean Combs at times, at the family, especially during the period of time where the prosecution showed photos of 13 men, different races, predominantly black men. These are all men that Cassie was able to identify in terms of names sometimes and where these freak-offs, these alleged freak-offs took place, from cities like LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, etc. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony.
And beside her, through it all, was her husband, Alex Fine. But what people didn't expect was how emotional, complicated, and heartbreaking it would be for him to hear everything she revealed in court. Let's be real, watching your partner talk about their past with an ex is already hard enough. But imagine sitting in a courtroom and hearing your wife say she went back to her ex after marrying you.
Where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife.
That's exactly what happened to Alex. During Cassie's testimony, she admitted that after a serious incident involving Diddy at a hotel, she voluntarily returned to his house and even said, "We had a good night." That moment left the entire courtroom in silence. The tension was thick, and it was more than Alex could take. He stood up and quietly left the courtroom, not out of disrespect, but because he was heartbroken. It wasn't just the shock of hearing what she said, it was the pain of realizing how deep those past ties really went. What followed was even more difficult. A video clip reportedly surfaced where Cassie confessed to cheating on Alex during their marriage, not just once, but multiple times with Diddy. The internet erupted. People started asking whether Alex had known all along or if this was a complete shock to him. Inside the courtroom, emotions ran high. One witness described Alex walking out and glaring directly at Diddy on his way out. That look said everything he didn't need to say out loud. "I was there, sitting a few rows behind him, and I could feel the weight of the moment." You could see the pain in his eyes. It's hard to imagine what it's like to hear your partner describe such dark moments and to hear that they went back willingly. Online, things got ugly fast. People started mocking Alex, calling him names, suggesting he was weak for staying with Cassie. Some accused him of being a simp, saying he should have never married her in the first place. Even a few celebrities chimed in with their own harsh takes. But Alex eventually responded. Through his lawyer, he made a public statement, "I did not save Cassie." That's an insult to the years of work she did to save herself. Cassie saved Cassie. He made it clear this wasn't about being a hero. This was about standing by the woman he loved as she faced her trauma and tried to move forward. He also asked for privacy, praising her courage and determination. While the public was busy reacting to his pain, more details from the court transcripts began to emerge. Cassie admitted that her relationship with Diddy didn't end when it should have.
Is there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, "I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs, and I really did love him."
She talked about intimate scenes from a project she worked on, scenes Diddy had to approve. She even said he liked them. That raised eyebrows and led many to wonder, was this an open relationship? Were things more complicated behind the scenes than anyone realized? Then, a video from 2019 resurfaced. In it, Cassie hugs Alex after he ran 50 miles to raise awareness for domestic violence in honor of his mother. At the time, it seemed like a touching moment of support. But now people are rewatching it with new eyes.
His then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, And the defense said, listen, what you witnessed was wrong. It was inhumane. It was horrible. But that was domestic violence. And they said that is not criminal enterprise. That is not racketeering. But both sides sort of making those compelling arguments and opening statements that for the prosecution, that he is guilty. For the defense, obviously saying that he's not guilty of these crimes that he's alleged of.
They're seeing signs of trauma in Cassie's expression, pain hidden behind her smile. Later in court, the judge asked Alex to leave before Cassie spoke about a 2018 rape allegation involving Diddy. This wasn't to protect Alex emotionally, it was a legal move.
I can tell you that immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she had to say, as well as those jurors.
If he stayed, it might have created a conflict if he was later called as a witness. Still, it didn't soften the emotional blow of what had already been said.
And again, just to reiterate what is a freak-off. The freak-off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
Cassie told the court she had been pressured into disturbing sex parties that Diddy called freak-offs. She said she often had to take drugs just to get through them. These weren't parties for fun. They were situations she described as humiliating and damaging. Cassie spoke about physical injuries, emotional scars, and feeling trapped. She admitted she didn't enjoy these events, but when asked if she ever did, she broke down. "I did," she said, "but only because I got to spend time with him, and I really loved him." Diddy's legal team tried to spin it differently. They argued that Cassie participated willingly, maybe even to keep Diddy's attention on her and not other women. But Cassie shut that theory down. She said these weren't about pleasure, they were about power and control. They were meant to break her spirit, not bring her joy. Back in the courtroom, Alex sat stone-faced as Cassie listed the names of men she was forced to be with. He was furious. One journalist noted how intensely he stared at Diddy during that moment. This wasn't just a legal battle anymore. It was personal, emotional, and raw. Even outside the courtroom, the drama continued. A video of Cassie once answering a FaceTime call from Alex while in bed with Diddy sparked online chaos. Rapper Boosie made wild accusations, suggesting Alex was into it. Then, Andrew Tate jumped in, going as far as to say Cassie wasn't a victim at all, calling her a willing participant and blaming Alex for not being man enough. That ignited a huge online debate. Was Alex just a good man supporting his wife through a hard time, or was there more to the story? To add more fuel to the fire, people found a 2019 Instagram post where Alex vowed to love and protect Cassie forever. In it, he said she was the best thing that ever happened to him. Now, fans are reading that post differently, especially since Alex used to be Diddy's personal trainer. Some are even suggesting that Cassie met Alex through Diddy and started a relationship behind his back. That theory has led to more speculation. If Diddy was known to be violent and controlling, why didn't he lash out at Alex? Some believe Cassie may have chosen Alex intentionally